This story is titled, I Gave My Brother a Joke Birthday Card Saying You're Adopted. Turns out, he actually was. And now he thinks I knew all along. Okay, so you know how they say ignorance is bliss? Well, throw that saying right out the window, because I just managed to turn my brother's 25th birthday into what I can only describe as a Jerry Springer episode meets Greek tragedy, minus the chair throwing, so far. Quick rundown of the cast in this disaster. There's me, Alex, 27M, professional chaos magnet, and now apparently the world's worst brother. My brother Jake, 25M, who up until yesterday thought he was just your average guy dealing with our crazy family. But boy oh boy, were we all in for a surprise. Then there's our mom Sarah, 52F, who's usually the most level-headed person I know, except when she's having what I now call her secret keeper meltdown moments. And Dad, Richard, 54M, who's currently doing his best impression of a ghost. Haven't seen him since everything went down. So picture this. I'm at Target last week, killing time in the birthday card section like the procrastinator I am, when I spot this absolutely hilarious card. You know those cards that are either hit or miss? This one had this cartoon stork dropping a baby with the text surprise. You're adopted. Inside it said something cheesy like, but we chose you special. I thought it was fucking perfect because Jake and I have this running joke about how he must be adopted since he's the only one in the family who can't roll his tongue. Real scientific stuff here, folks. Fast forward to yesterday, Jake's birthday party. We're all at our parents' house, the same house where we grew up pulling pranks on each other and generally being idiots. Mom made Jake's favorite lasagna, which, between us, tastes like ketchup on cardboard. But don't tell her I said that. Everything's normal. Jake's girlfriend Emily, 24F, is there too, recording everything for her Instagram stories because God forbid we have one family event that doesn't end up on social media. I hand Jake the card, grinning like an idiot, already imagining how hard he's going to laugh. You know that moment in movies where everything goes silent and you can just feel the disaster coming? Yeah, I completely missed those warning signs when Mom's face went white as a sheet the second Jake started opening the envelope. Jake reads the card, laughs, then looks at Mom's face, stops laughing, and that's when everything went straight to hell. You know what the worst part is? I wasn't even trying to be a dick for once in my life. I genuinely thought this would be our usual stupid brother humor. But nope. Turns out the universe had other plans, and apparently, a sick sense of irony that makes my dark humor look like amateur hour. So there we were, trying to act normal after the card incident, but Mom's face had basically turned into a PowerPoint presentation of signs your family has deep dark secrets. I mean, she recovered quick enough, doing that weird laugh-cough thing parents do when they're full of shit, telling Jake, oh honey, it's just, that kind of joke isn't very tasteful. But let me tell you, her acting skills would have gotten her kicked out of a kindergarten play. Jake kept shooting these weird looks around the table during cake, like he was trying to solve a murder mystery using nothing but our facial expressions. And there's me, stuffing my face with that cardboard lasagna, thinking the worst thing I'd done was give my brother a crappy card. Oh, sweet summer child that I was. The party wrapped up with this weird tension hanging in the air, like someone had farted, but instead of a fart it was a family secret nobody was supposed to know about. Everyone left, and I'm thinking I'm in the clear. Narrator voice. He was not, in fact, in the clear. Next morning, Mom shows up at my apartment at ass o'clock, 8 a.m. on a weekend, which should be illegal. She barges in looking like she hasn't slept since the Carter administration, grabs me by my shirt, and hits me with, how the fuck did you find out about the adoption? I literally spat out my coffee. Like, full-on spit take. Ruined my favorite, I'm not always right but I'm never wrong t-shirt. Find out about what now? And that's when my mother, Sarah, I've got my shit together, Johnson, completely lost her shit. She starts pacing my living room like she's trying to dig a trench with her feet, calling Dad in a panic. Richard, get your ass over here now. He didn't know. He actually didn't fucking know. How is this possible? 20 minutes later, Dad shows up looking like he aged 10 years overnight. We're all sitting in my crappy IKEA-furnished living room having what I can only describe as the most surreal family meeting ever. Mom's stress cleaning my coffee table with her sleeve, Dad staring at my Star Wars poster like it holds the secrets of the universe, and I'm just sitting there wondering if I accidentally took some hallucinogens. So, Mom starts, her voice shaking, remember when we went to that fertility clinic in Cincinnati back in '98? And I'm like, Mom, I was literally 4. I don't even remember what I had for breakfast yesterday. That's when they dropped the bomb. Turns out, after having me, the miracle baby, as Mom so dramatically put it, they couldn't have more kids. But they wanted another one so bad they went through private adoption. They got Jake when he was just a few days old, and they never told anyone except Grandma Rose, who apparently took this secret to her grave like a champ. We were going to tell him when he turned 18, Dad mumbles, looking like he wants the floor to swallow him whole. But then 18 came and went, and it never felt like the right time. And I'm just sitting there, processing the fact that my dumb $4.99 Target card just blew up 25 years of carefully maintained family secrets. Like, who needs a DNA test when you have a brother with accidentally perfect comic timing and a Hallmark card? So here I am, sitting on a nuclear-grade family secret that makes the plots of telenovelas look like Peppa Pig episodes. And let me tell you something, the more my parents talk, the more I realize they're not protecting Jake. They're covering their own asses like they're playing Twister at a nudist colony. He's doing so well at his firm, Mom keeps saying, wringing her hands like she's trying to squeeze guilt out of them. He just made junior partner, Alex. Do you want to be responsible for derailing his entire career? And I'm like, what? Is finding out he's adopted going to make him forget how to lawyer? Is he going to walk into court and be like, sorry, Your Honor, I can't proceed with this case because I just found out I'm adopted? Dad jumps in with his best disappointed father voice. You don't understand the psychological impact this could have. Rich coming from the guy who's been playing pretend bio dad for 25 years. I mean, Jake and I literally have a running joke about how he got his dark hair from the mailman. Turns out we were only half joking, just wrong about which parent was telling fibs. Then Mom pulls out the big guns. If you tell him, you'll never be welcome in this house again. I actually laughed. Like, full-on snorted coffee through my nose. Oh, that's rich. You're threatening to disown me for wanting to tell Jake the truth about being adopted? The irony here is thicker than your lasagna, Mom. We're trying to protect our family, Dad says, looking all stern and patriarchal, like he's auditioning for a Father Knows Best reboot. Protect the family? I'm practically shouting now. Jake is family. He's not some Faberge egg you need to bubble wrap. He's my brother, adopted or not, and right now, you're treating him like he's too fragile to handle his own life story. Mom starts crying, which is her signature move when logic isn't on her side. You don't understand what we went through. No, you don't understand. I cut her off. Jake's not some helpless kid anymore. He's a grown-ass man who color codes his sock drawer and meal preps like a doomsday prepper. The guy handles million-dollar cases, but you think finding out he's adopted will what? Make him spiral into chaos? The only thing that might break him is realizing his parents thought he was too weak to handle the truth for 25 fucking years. Dad pulls out his final threat. If you tell him, you'll destroy this family. And that's when I lost it. Newsflash, you already did that when you decided lying was easier than telling the truth. You're not worried about Jake's career or his mental health. You're worried he'll realize you've been gaslighting him his entire life. Well, congratulations, you've managed to turn a beautiful story about choosing your child into a fucking Lifetime movie about family secrets. They left my apartment with this ultimatum: keep quiet or become family persona non grata. Cool, cool, cool. No pressure. Just casual emotional blackmail from the people who raised me to always tell the truth. The kicker? Jake called me right after they left, asking if I wanted to grab beers this weekend. Just two brothers hanging out. Except one doesn't know he's adopted, and the other is now carrying enough family drama to fuel an entire season of Succession. God, I need a drink. Or therapy. Or both. Probably both. So there we are at O'Malley's, our usual spot where the beer is cheap and the lighting is dark enough to hide any emotional breakdowns. Jake and I are 4 beers deep, and I'm sitting there feeling like I'm carrying a grenade with the pin halfway out. We're doing our normal brother thing. Jake's telling me about this case he's working on. Something about corporate fraud that I'm only half listening to because my brain is literally screaming he's adopted, on repeat like a broken record. I'm nodding along, accidentally laughing at all the wrong moments, probably looking like I'm having a stroke. Then Jake goes quiet, picks at the label on his beer bottle. You know, that thing people do when they're about to say something serious, and hits me with, what the fuck is going on, dude? I nearly choke on my IPA. What do you mean? Don't bullshit me, Alex. Ever since my birthday, everyone's acting weird as hell. Mom and Dad haven't texted me in 5 days. They usually spam me with those stupid Facebook minion memes at least twice a day. You disappeared off the face of the earth, which you only do when you've either fucked up or you're hiding something. So which is it? The bar suddenly feels about 10 degrees hotter. There's this voice in my head screaming abort mission, but my drunk brain is like, hey, you know what would be hilarious? If we just... And that's when I made the worst decision since that time I tried to cut my own hair while watching a YouTube tutorial. I decided to do it the funny way because apparently I'm a fucking idiot who thinks life-altering revelations go better with a side of humor. I take another swig of liquid courage and go, remember that birthday card I gave you? The adoption one. Jake rolls his eyes. Yeah, what about it? Well, I let out this nervous laugh that sounds like a dolphin having an asthma attack. Turns out it wasn't just a joke. Plot twist, you're actually adopted. Get it? Like, what are the chances, right? I mean, if this was a movie, people would say the plot is too unrealistic. I'm rambling now, trying to keep it light, waiting for him to laugh, maybe punch my arm and call me an asshole. But Jake's face, holy shit. I've seen him angry before, like when I accidentally formatted his gaming PC or when I hit on his ex at his graduation party. But this is different. His face goes through about 15 emotions in 3 seconds, landing on something between fury and devastation. Are you fucking serious? He stands up so fast his chair falls backward. The whole bar goes quiet. Is this funny to you? The beer in my stomach turns to acid. I'm suddenly very, very sober. Jake, you knew? This whole time, you fucking knew? No, I just found out after. After what? After you decided to make it into a fucking joke? Was the card funny enough for you? Did you get enough laughs out of my life? He's shaking. Actually shaking. The guy who once argued a 3-hour case with appendicitis because he didn't want to inconvenience the court is standing in the middle of O'Malley's looking like he's about to either cry or punch someone. Probably me. Every weird comment, every joke about how I don't look like Dad. Was everyone just laughing behind my back this whole time? Jake, listen. No, you listen. You're supposed to be my brother. My best friend. And you turn my entire life into a punchline? His voice cracks on the last word, and fuck me if that doesn't hurt worse than any punch he could have thrown. He grabs his jacket, throws a 20 on the table, and just before he leaves, he turns back. Congratulations, Alex. You finally got to deliver the punchline. Hope it was worth it. The door slams behind him, and I'm left sitting there, surrounded by awkward strangers pretending they didn't just witness a family imploding, realizing I just managed to fuck up telling the truth even worse than my parents fucked up hiding it. The bartender walks over, takes one look at my face, and slides me another beer. That one's on the house, he says. Looks like you need it. Yeah, I really fucking do. After 3 days of drowning in self-pity and hot pockets, I decided to man up and fix this clusterfuck. Found myself standing outside Jake's apartment like some romance movie protagonist, except instead of holding a boombox, I'm clutching a 6-pack and what's left of my dignity. Jake opens the door looking like he's been through all 5 stages of grief simultaneously. What do you want? To explain everything. And if you still hate me afterward, the beer is yours anyway. I hold up the peace offering. It's that fancy craft shit you like, not my usual gas station swill. He stares at me for a long moment. Then, you look like shit. Yeah, well, turns out destroying your brother's entire worldview is bad for the complexion. He lets out this sound that's half laugh, half sigh, and moves aside. Progress. I spill everything. The morning after confrontation with Mom and Dad, their threats, their bullshit about protecting him. With each detail, Jake's face gets darker, until he's practically vibrating with rage. So they threatened to disown you if you told me the truth about being disowned? That's some next-level inception of emotional manipulation right there. Yeah, they're playing 4D chess with our emotional trauma. Jake grabs his phone and starts typing like he's trying to murder his keyboard. Oh, they want to play games? Watch this. He shows me the text he's sending to our parents. Hey Mom and Dad, quick question. What's harder, giving birth or keeping a 25-year light going? Just curious since apparently I'm adopted and you're both fucking cowards who couldn't tell me the truth. Thanks for making my entire life feel like a badly written M. Night Shyamalan movie. P.S. that tongue-rolling thing? I learned it on YouTube last year just to fuck with you all. Holy shit. I wheeze. You learned it on YouTube? Focus, Alex. Mom calls me immediately, screeching like a pterodactyl with a megaphone. You told him? After we specifically. Save it for your next secret-keeping seminar, Mom. I cut her off. Dad gets on the line. That's it. You're both out of the will. We're leaving everything to your cousin Bradley. Bradley? Jake shouts into my phone. The same Bradley who thinks the earth is flat and tried to start a cryptocurrency based on collecting belly button lint? At least Bradley respects family values, Mom snaps. Family values? I laugh. Is that what we're calling lying to your kids for 25 years now? They hang up after delivering their final verdict. We're dead to them. No inheritance, no family dinners, no more lasagna. Thank God for small mercies. Jake and I look at each other, and suddenly we're laughing like maniacs. The kind of laughter that's probably concerning the neighbors. Dude, Jake wheezes, we just got disowned over a fucking Target birthday card. Hey, at least you're used to it. You've been disowned twice now. He throws a couch pillow at my head. Too soon, asshole. Sorry, I'm still laughing. But hey, maybe now you understand why your ass doesn't quite fit in with our genetic cesspool. But real talk? You're still my brother. My best friend. Even if you can't naturally roll your tongue, you pretentious YouTube learning prick. Jake grins, cracking open another beer. Genetics is overrated anyway. We're more like chosen family. Like in Fast and Furious, but with less cars and more childhood trauma. Speaking of trauma, I sit up straighter. Want to hear my idea for revenge? Remember how mom and dad are terrified of their country club friends finding out family secrets? Jake's eyes light up with that same evil gleam I've seen 1,000 times before when we were planning pranks as kids. Go on. Well, you're a lawyer. I'm an asshole with nothing left to lose, and they're about to host that big anniversary party next month. And that's how Operation Family Values was born. Because nothing brings brothers together quite like planning elaborate revenge against the parents who screwed them both over. Blood might not be thicker than water, but turns out spite is thicker than both. You know what's better than revenge? Revenge served at a country club with an open bar and about 50 witnesses from your parents' social circle. Jake and I showed up to their 30th anniversary party looking sharp as hell. Turns out spite is a great motivator for proper grooming. Mom and dad had told everyone we were unfortunately away on business, which was technically true if you consider plotting their social downfall a business. The look on their faces when we strolled in was chef's kiss. Mom nearly dropped her champagne, and dad's fake smile looked like he was having a stroke. Boys. Mom's voice hit the pitch that could shatter crystal. What a wonderful surprise. Jake, bless his newly discovered adopted heart, went full lawyer mode. Oh, we couldn't possibly miss this special day. After all, family is everything, right? The amount of venom he packed into the word family could have killed a small horse. We watched them do this fascinating dance all evening, trying to keep us away from their important friends while also maintaining their perfect family facade. Dad kept intercepting anyone heading our way like some sort of social anxiety goalkeeper. The best part? We brought them a gift. Because we're thoughtful sons like that. It was this beautiful, expensive-looking card with gold lettering. Inside, we'd written, "To our real parents, thanks for teaching us the true meaning of family. Always have a backup plan and never trust a birthday card from Target. Love, your real sons." We waited until the perfect moment, right when Mom and Dad were about to give their anniversary speech. Jake and I exchanged this look that we'd perfected over years of collaborative mischief. You know, the one that says, ready to burn this whole shit show to the ground. Mom was at the microphone, starting her speech about the importance of family and honesty in relationships. The irony was thick enough to spread on toast. When we stood up, Jake and I would like to present our gift, I announced, loud enough to make everyone turn. A special card for our special parents. Mom's face went through about 7 different shades of pale. Dad started doing that weird throat-clearing thing he does when he's about to have a meltdown. Jake held up the card. Would you like us to read it aloud? Since we're all about sharing family moments. The look of pure terror in their eyes was better than any inheritance could have been. They knew. They knew we had them cornered in front of all their judgy country club friends, their snobby relatives, and that one aunt who spreads gossip faster than COVID at a huggers convention. That's when Mom did something that honestly deserves an Oscar nomination. She fainted. Like, full-on Victorian lady with the vapors, right into Dad's arms. Suddenly, everyone was focused on her medical emergency instead of our card. Jake leaned over to me and whispered, "Amateur theatrics. I've seen better performances in traffic court." We left the card on the gift table anyway. Let them sweat about who might have read it. As we walked out of that country club, Jake threw his arm around my shoulders. You know what? I might not have gotten your DNA, but I definitely got your talent for chaos. Bro, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. We ended up at O'Malley's again, but this time celebrating instead of imploding. Jake raised his glass. To finding out your real family isn't about blood. It's about who'll help you crash a party and traumatize your parents. To real brothers, I clinked my glass against his. And to Target's birthday card section, the unexpected catalyst for family truth bombs. The next morning, Mom and Dad's country club friends were treated to a mass email, courtesy of Jake's hacking skills and Dad's save password being password 1234, with a delightfully detailed account of their 25-year deception. Because if you're going to burn bridges, might as well roast some marshmallows over the flames. The shit really hit the fan after that anniversary party. Mom and Dad went full social media warrior mode. You know that thing where people try to control the narrative but end up looking worse? Yeah, that. Their Facebook post was a masterpiece of self-pity. Heartbroken that our sons have turned against us after discovering the adoption. They crashed our anniversary party and tried to humiliate us. As parents, we're devastated that they'd abandon family over something like this. We only ever acted out of love. The comments section turned into a dumpster fire faster than you can say gaslighting. Their country club friends, who'd already gotten our email with the full story, weren't buying it. Aunt Linda, bless her drama-loving heart, commented, "Sarah, we all saw you fake faint to avoid the confrontation. Real classy." Even Brad from accounting, who's about as confrontational as a sedated sloth, chimed in with, "Maybe if you'd told him before he was 25? Mom tried damage control by posting old family photos with captions like, "Remember the good times?" But everyone just kept asking in the comments why they waited so long to tell Jake the truth. Their social circle started treating them like they had a contagious case of bad parenting. Dad's golf buddies mysteriously became too busy for their weekly games. Mom got quietly removed from the country club's charity organization board. Their Christmas card list probably shrunk faster than my college savings account. For months later, Jake and I are at O'Malley's, our usual Thursday spot. He's on his 5th beer, showing off his incredible adopted person alcohol tolerance, while I'm nursing my 2nd because apparently my biological connection to our parents included their lightweight drinking genes. You know what's funny? I say, watching him order another round without even slurring. Thank God I don't have your genes. The amount of beer you can drink would literally kill me. Is that some sort of adopted superpower? Jake nearly spits out his drink laughing. Dude, remember when Mom used to say I got my alcohol tolerance from Grandpa Joe? Guess that was another lie. Unless Grandpa Joe secretly adopted all his kids too. At this point, would anyone be surprised? Our family tree is more like a family choose-your-own-adventure book. We're both cackling now, drawing looks from the other patrons who probably think we're insane. But you know what? We kind of are. We're the kind of insane that comes from surviving family drama that would make Jerry Springer say that's a bit much. Jake raises his glass to target birthday cards, the unexpected adoption reveals of 2025. To accidentally destroying our parents' social life with the truth. To finding out that the best kind of brother isn't the one you're born with, Jake adds, getting that rare serious look. It's the one who will help you burn down your parents' reputation when they deserve it. Okay, now you're just getting sappy, I grin. Must be all that beer in your mysterious adopted bloodstream. We both know we'll probably never hear from our parents again, unless they need organ donors or something equally dramatic. But sitting here with Jake, watching him put away enough beer to kill a small horse while arguing about whether Die Hard is a Christmas movie, it absolutely is, I realize something. Sometimes the family you're stuck with becomes the family you'd choose anyway, even if they can drink you under the table.